We're working with wild ocelots in Texas, and there's only about 60 to 100 of them left in the wild, so not very many cats left. She went to pick up the dead animal, and she knew that if she could get the male's gametes to us quickly, that we had a chance to preserve them and possibly use them to make offspring later on. Now, because we've collected and frozen his semen after death, he has a chance to be a father again.
Hi, I'm Val, and I'm a senior mammal keeper in the carnivore department, and this is Lucy. She's a 7-year-old ocelot who has been here since she was a year old, and she came from the Abilene Zoo. Lucy's had 2 kittens with our male, Dale, about 2 years ago, and we're hoping that there'll be more on the way.
So we have a project coming up working at the ABQ BioPark, where the goal is to artificially inseminate one of the ocelots there under human care and produce offspring with Texas ocelot sperm.
Good morning! Good morning!
And this is the first time this has ever been done, taking semen from a wild ocelot, freezing it, and using it to produce an offspring within a zoo. And this is really important for a couple of reasons. First, it gets to the genetics of that male into our zoo population. So we can increase the gene diversity of the ocelots that we manage within zoos by producing offspring with his sperm. So has Lucy been showing signs of estrus at all? But the other thing that it does is it demonstrates that we can use frozen semen from wild males to produce offspring. And that's really important moving forward in trying to manage and conserve these wild ocelot populations. So that's the descending colon right there. Right here is the ovaries.
Ooh, look at that.
So those are fresh ovulations.
Got it.
Beautiful response. That's gorgeous. Lucy, you're awesome.
I'm going to pull up a little bit of air into here, and then I'm going to pull that out of there, and then I'm going to go inseminate it. Okay, and then I have
Left side. No. Okay, go ahead and pick the video. Go ahead and put the needle on. Yeah, that's it. Go ahead.
Okay.
Okay, pull it out. So that's good. All right. There aren't any more ocelots coming from the wild. It's pretty much the ocelots that we have now are descendants of ocelots that came into zoos 30 years ago. So we haven't been able to introduce new genetics into that population for a very long time. So this would be the first time in probably 3 decades that we've been able to introduce basically a new ocelot into the zoo population. And I think we have a really good chance if the female at the ABQ BioPark responds well, we have a real good chance to produce a pregnancy in her, who would be really significant, I think, from a science perspective, but from a conservation perspective. It really will kind of, I think, set the stage for us moving forward and trying to really help the Texas ocelot population grow and survive for the next 50 to 100 years.